What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Millzy, back with Hometown Combatant. We're back for another episode of Brawl Through Time, series where I started in Throne of Eldraine, and I'm every episode building a Historic Brawl deck from the set that released after it on Arena in chronological order. Today, we are in Theros Beyond Death, and there was a lot of different choices I could have picked from Theros. But the only choice that felt right was Nylea Keen-Eyed. I'm a giant fan of Mono Green. It's always a deck that I've enjoyed. And this is a deck that I had played from time to time at Arena until I adapted my Goreclaw Terror of Kel Season commander deck onto here. But I think Nylea does a lot of fun. Nylea reads, as long as your devotion to green is less than 5, it's not a creature. It's indestructible. Creatures you cast cost 1 less to cast. And then for 3 mana, we can look at the top card. If it's a creature, you put it into our hand. Otherwise, we could put it into the graveyard if we want. So Nylea rewards us for reducing the costs of creatures. So we're going to use Nylea with a bunch of cheap mana dorks and ramp, get ourselves into our big boy green creatures, and have lots of fun. So let's get into it. Nylea Historic Brawl. Like I said, this deck is loosely based on my time with Goreclaw. Nylea, of course, for me is an all-star in that deck, just with it adding on to Goreclaw's -2 on those creature spells, so they're being -3 in cost total, which is great. I'm intrigued to see what we hit on the ladder. I mean, I do have a decent amount of rares, but up against Nicol Bolas, we have a turn 2 Wolf Willowhaven and then at turn 3 Set of the Wilds, so I like that. Nylea is 4, and we want to get her down absolutely as soon as we can. We got Alden Guard here, which is going to get us a Snowland. We got Defiler of Figure. Great card to set up for value, as it's kind of a Cathar's Crusade of sorts. Get this there. I thought about playing the Florahedron, but I think I like this better because they're going to have a tougher time getting rid of this Haven than they are this Florahedron. All right, so we see a Confounding Conundrum, which is going to ruin the point of putting down this Set of the Wilds. It says whenever a land enters battlefield under our control, if we had another land already come in, we have to bring one back to our hand. So it basically would have stopped this Set of the Wilds from doing anything. But the cool part here that we can do is Gwenna. We'll see if they have a counter spell. And then we can Spirit of the Alder Guard. This is going to put one in our hand, not on the battlefield. So this will still help us fill our hand for next turn, putting a land down. So that kind of gets around their conundrum. And then next turn, I'm going to try to stick this Defiler of Vigor. And then, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4 with Gwenna, which will untap it. We should actually be able to stick the Galta as well, depending on what they do. They Storm's Wrath. Okay, well, that was the plan. But what we can do is, yeah, Florahedron. And that, and oh, we actually can, putting a counter on everything, getting Galta down, and smacking with Nylea. All right, this is going well. There's Storm's Wrath. If they have another, like a burn down the house, it's not going to be able to kill Defiler of Vigor or Galta, and they're more than welcome to use any single target removal if they'd like. This is a big board for them to deal with. I mean, of course, River's Rebuke would bring it all back to our hand. We would have to replay it all. There's removal that can affect our board. But in these 3 colors, things like Storm's Wrath and, if the guess Blood on the Snow, but they're not playing any snow mana. All right, we see Bedevil on the Defiler of Vigor. They are dead on board at the moment. So the only thing that makes sense is see if they have anything. You do have the safekeeping as well. Yep, and that is it. We get in for damage. Sweet. Nylea coming into play. I really like that -1 reduction to the cost, and I think it does help with these the setting up boards. Definitely got punished by the Storm's Wrath there. That normally would have probably hurt us in a lot of ways, but I think we played around it well. The best part about Nylea as a commander is it is indestructible. So even if you have it out and a board wipe happens, you will always still have that Nylea. It will just turn back into a enchantment. All right, we see Gorkle on our opening hand. We go first. We would have a turn 3 Taupe Stomper, turn 2 Incubation Druid. So I like this hand. Go 2 Incubation Druid, 3 Taupe Stomper, 4 Nylea. So I like that hand. Taupe Stomper wouldn't be able to attack or block, but it would still get us kind of set up for some goods, and that'll get us into Gorkle on the next turn. Nylea is a lot of fun. We're playing mostly forests besides things like Castle Garenbrig, so that comes into a lot of handy. Be intrigued to see. Yep, they counter Taupe Stomper. Yep, okay, that's fine. There's worse things that they could have countered, so we will take it. We'll take the counter there. This turn, I guess, if we don't draw a land, we'll hit Ronus. If we do draw a land, I guess we'll go for Nylea. I am worried about the single white for a wash away, so we'll just stick the Goreclaw, I guess. This is going to make this cheaper. It's going to make this cheaper. It's -2 cost on any creature with 4 more power, so we should be able to do both of these next turn. We could also look into the Nylea if we draw a land. But they're always playing around Wash Away. Wash Away is very popular in Historic Brawl because most people just have access to it. Cool part is this sticks. I can untap this land. And then I think I want to get Nylea down. And it does come in as a creature. We're going to go swinging Goreclaw because of its ability is going to go up to a 5/4 with Trample. And we'll get some damage in. Can't block the Oracle anyway because Nylea, although it is a god, a giant god with a bow, does not have reach, but that's okay. I imagine we see Niv Mizzet come down here and we have this nice Cannon's Transformation for it. We see a River's Rebuke. Yeah, we'll put everything back to hand. No reason to put everything back. Yeah, no reason to put Nylea back in the command zone, especially since we really don't want to pay the extra mana for it. You know, if we can just play it again from our hand, why not? All right, so with Castle Garenbrig, I can get 6 mana. So let's use it to get Incubation Druid and Nylea down. That's the one reason I really like Castle Garenbrig. 4 mana turns into 6. Can only be used for creatures, but it helps you lay your hand down. I really would like to see Niv Mizzet come down here because this Cannon's Transformation is going to completely shut off most of their deck. But we will see. They do have enough mana. They do have 3 red and 3 blue by my count. But let's see what their goal is here. Electrolyze, killing the Druid. Okay. Again, I don't really value the Druid all that much. It's mainly just there to help us just that little bit on mana. I mean, we can do the exact same thing. 6 mana again on that. I would love to do this, but they do have open mana for a counterspell. If I do this, I have 6. Let's start with the Keralitid. Then we'll go for Goreclaw, and if Goreclaw gets countered, we can still play Ronus. But I'm intrigued to see what they do here. Yep, they do disallow that one, which is perfectly fine. We knew they had a counterspell somewhere. That still lets us stick the Ronus. Next turn, we'll try to get this Nissa down, and that would turn on Devotion, or if we see Niv Mizzet come down, I think we hit the Transformation and then try to Ravenous Pursuit the Alpha. But the Transformation coming down 1, 2, 3, that would not turn on Devotion. We would need another green pip. So we'll see what we draw. Search for Azcanta comes down. Ronus can attack at the moment. Because we do not have a creature with power 4 or greater. We would have to turn on Nylea. I'm intrigued, 2 cards left in hand, what they have. If I test the waters with, we see a Time Warp. And then a land. Okay. So they're down to just the cards in their hand. My hope is that means we see Niv Mizzet here. Because again, I would love to get this transformation on Niv Mizzet. And Niv Mizzet only says instant or sorceries for the drawing of the cards. We won't take the damage from that. Okay, and they do have 2 mana left, so there is the possibility that they... There is the possibility that they have a counter spell. So what I think I'm going to try to do is Ravenous Pursuit this first. See if this draws out the counter spell. Here they probably just kill the Carolitid, and I'm okay with that. It is what it is at this point, and that's okay. I should have probably tapped it in response to get the mana from it, but it's okay. It's too late at this point. All right, they're going to bolt the land. We'll tap it in response just to get that mana. I probably should have done that for the Carolitid as well. But what they're basically doing at this point is trying to get as much value out of this Niv Mizzet before we kill it. I could Kenrith's the Oracle. Pins it down, draws me a card, another land, sweet. But I can't get anything else down. Not enough mana. So, yeah, probably good that I guess I probably should have. I mean, the Pursuit was a sorcery anyway, so it's not like I could have done that. I guess I probably could have tapped the Carolitid for the 2 mana in response to the original Niv Mizzet trigger, so that's on me for not seeing that, but oh well. 2 cards in hand, one's an island. They're going to get the big trigger here on the Midnight Clock, which kind of stinks, so they're going to shuffle everything back in. But they only have 1 mana. They have 2 mana up. Oh, and we're going to hit a full 7 damage from the Midnight Clock. Ouch. A natural growth would turn both on, but it doesn't give them enough. I don't think I have any responses here, so we'll just resolve all. Is there any way for me to get out of this one? Neither of them would have trample. It would kill Niv Mizzet. They would have to block. But I guess what? They just put Niv Mizzet back down again. I guess that's my only play line. And if they have the counter spell, then it's just as over as it was as if we take this play line, right? So, yep. I'm willing to scoop that one up. All right, well, we did the best we could on that one. I think probably tapping the Carolitid for mana might have put me a little bit further ahead, so maybe I missed it on that, but that's okay. I thought that was still a good game. Niv Mizzet's one of those commanders that can be kind of tough to deal with, depending on what the setup is. All right, Tadiova. We would have we're 1 mana short on the Goreclaw, but I think I like this hand. We'll keep it for now. We're 1 land, and we play a good amount of lands in this deck. We would be 1 land away from Goreclaw or Nylea. So, like this turn 2 Druid. Hopefully we hit something else. Love Silverback Elder, ton of fun. Love the new Dominaria United cards. And then Klexi Boy here, great. Hopefully we can get Nylea or Goreclaw out to make this even cheaper and start trampling over. I have a feeling this could catch some removal. I mean, it is blue-green, so most of the removal is going to force them to have a creature. But I think we stick... I think I stick Goreclaw, right? Because that makes the rest of this turn... That makes Silverback into Nylea next turn, which looks pretty good. I guess there is the possibility they try to take out the Goreclaw, which is completely fine, but I like Silverback into Nylea, and that can get rid of an enchantment if they play one. It can get us a land, or it can gain us some life. We do have the Blizzard Brawl once we play this land, so we could Blizzard Brawl anything that comes down, but really, in all reality, we're more worried about... I was going to say we're more worried about Tadiova than anything else, but I'm kind of thinking about getting rid of that Azusa. All right, 2 mana up now that they played their extra lands. And they're held up for something. All right, nuking down the... I think we might as well. Don't like that it tapped the Garenbrig, but I guess it is what it is. I guess we'll get Nylea down. And we'll swing in for 3. So we lost our ability, which is okay. I think we're still in decent shape. I think once this Vorinclex or once this Silverback Elder come down, we'll be in a lot better shape. We see Tadiova come down, see a land come down, gain them a life, draw them a card. But at this point, that's... If I tap for the 6, I can't put... I could do Elder and Gwenna and set up for the next turn. I could just slam this and get to swinging. Let's do this. Let's go Elder. And then Gwenna, because that turns on Nylea. Artifact or Enchantment. Oh, actually, let's take out the Mystic. I totally forgot about that. That's going to turn Goreclaw back on, and it's going to make this a 11-point swing with Trample, which they take. All right, barring any board wipe removal, barring any River's Rebuke, barring anything like that, we have a massive attack. The great part about Goreclaw is it turns on Trample for every creature power 4 or greater, and then we just toss this down as well. But even on board right now, these guys are going to get massive. Really excited to see how Gwenna does in a lot of these mono green decks. See how that added extra mana. See what it does there. We are in River's Rebuke territory, but I'm not that worried about the River's Rebuke if that's what they choose to do. We just replay Nylea, replay the Druid. They scape shift. Okay, so their plan to get out of this is to what? Gain 5 life? Because that's what? 6, 12, 17, and I can make this 17, 20, 23 with 23 coming at them, so there's no way for them to survive this. Unless they go get... let's see, they go get the Capenna lands, they get them more lands. These all come in tapped. So, other than drawing the cards and gaining the life, I don't really know what their plan is. So they're going to gain 5, draw 5, which I'm content with. Have they played their land for turn? Okay, into the north for another draw, brings it up to 19. Again, with Vorinclex, we have lethal. All right, so we're going to tap this for 2 green. Vorinclex, and this should be the end of the game. We'll see what they do, but... yeah, I'll use the ability, see if we can hit another creature. Yeah, we do. Tap her for double green for Yorvo. You just gain some more life. This is just going to untap her and make her a... Oh, no, it didn't. Oh, it's 5 or greater. Okay, so we have 7, 13, 19, 20, 23. And that is lethal. Nice. And there we go, another good game. Mono green Stompy for life. No, I'm just kidding. Mono green Stompy is a lot of fun. You know, it's reliant on us setting the board up, right? So if we can't get our board set up, then a lot of the times we have a tough time dealing with decks with more interaction. But hopefully we see the same game plan every time you build this deck. You get your cheap mana dorks down, you get your mana set up, and then you get into the bigger creatures that help you deal with what your opponents have. And the one little sub-theme I tried to build in for Nylea that I hope we get to see some of, but we may not, is Devotion. Since Nylea uses Devotion, Devotion is something you already care about. You know, there are things like Nykthos, which I don't believe is in Arena yet, but you do have access to it in Commander. Nyx Lotus. A couple of Nylea's creature cards care about Devotion. They're not the best in the world, but they do exist. Yep, I think we like that one. Turn to Leafkin Druid. which would turn into a turn 3 Nylea. I doubt the Veil of Summer is going to do us very much good in this matchup. Yeah, so we're gonna get hit here a little bit, but I think we're gonna be okay. Next turn, I guess I will put down the Harbinger. I'd love to put down the Nylea first, but we could do that. We could also, if they equip this, it becomes a... Yeah, no need to block there. I was gonna say we could bring this down as a... We could bring this down as a 2-3 and fight this. That is a possibility. We could fight that and get it out of the way. The problem is this still equips and becomes a 6-6. So we still have nothing to deal with that. I think I'll just get this down. Actually, I think we get the Harbinger down. I feel like it gives us another blocker. We could always block this with Leafkin Druid, but I feel like the blocker becomes important at some point. I'd love to try to get this down and fight with it, but I just have a gut feeling that we're in a world of hurt here. We might have to throw. Okay, I was gonna say I was gonna throw Leafkin Druid in the way if they were gonna fight, attack with Akiri, but since they didn't, we will hold it back. Doing this doesn't do me very much good. Doing this, I can get a X's 3, bring it down as a 6-7, because I'll just double the counters on it. Give us a blocker here to help out, and then next turn we'll try to get Nylea down. We will have enough. Oh boy, that's protection from green and from blue. So that's a big boy, and I can't block it. So we're going to take the 5. Okay, so now we have to deal with this Exemplar. And I don't know how I'm going to deal with it. This has Trample, this doesn't. So if I Ronus, is Ronusing the only choice that I have? 12 with Trample and then an 8 that doesn't have Trample, but then they could still hit me on the back by swinging that over. Nylea comes in as a creature, but this still has protection. Leafkin Druid would then be able to tap for 3 to Harrow. Oh, I think I gotta wait here. Unfortunately, I think I might be dead. As much as I would love to try to figure this out here. I do have the safekeeping, so I can at least block one of them. Freaking figure. Yeah, there's nothing I can do there, can I? That's an 8-7. It's an 8-7 I can't block. Might as well do this, try to get the creature card off the top. It's an Elvish Mystic. That doesn't help us very much. Okay, so the problem with Ronus is it does not give our creatures trample. Man, we're in a world of hurt. I would have loved to have hit any of those things. I could force them to block, but other than that, there's not much else I can do. So I guess let's put the Ronus down. And let's go swinging. That is at least 12 with Trample, but again, it doesn't matter because they just take the 12. There's nothing else I can do. I can gain life, but that doesn't help me. I can Harrow, but that doesn't help me. Is there anything that this does for me? No, I think we just lose this one, unfortunately. Because of that Sinnoh giving him protection from green. Man, what a bummer. All right, well, we tried our best on that one. The lack of a trample enabler there is probably what lost us the game. Had we hit any trample enabler, Garruk's Uprising, anything like that probably would have helped us a ton, but that's okay. I mean, I think we did pretty well at trying to survive the short game. But I'm now realizing that I probably should have tried to get rid of that Tool Exemplar before we had the chance. But that's okay. These are the lessons we learn when you play Magic. These are the things in the game that you realize, hey, I played that wrong. I need to do that better for next time. And I think that's what makes you a better Magic player, is when you realize that your lack of foresight or your lack of thinking about your decision making sometimes can lead you to not make the decisions you should have made otherwise, and keeps you kind of sharp for next time. All right, turn to explore, and we do have the land to play, so that's pretty cool. That could get us into the Spirit. That could get us into Nylea is probably my choice. Guardian Idol can't. All right, we'll explore. Play the Forest. I do kind of like the idea of Nylea, or the idea of Ronus, but the problem is I won't be able to play another 4. I guess I could play Questy the next turn, again, provided I have the mana for it. Oh, okay. So unfortunately, Lair the Hydra comes in tap, so we'll just get Ronus down. Ronus next turn should be able to attack. I have the option to play Spirit. I have the option to play Goreclaw. I have the option to play Questy. So I do have a couple of 4-power options to get down so that Ronus can attack. I am intrigued to see what the mono blue player does to deal with this as we go. We are playing against mono blue, so we do always have to be worried about a counter spell. We see an unnatural growth. Okay. I would love to play something like this and not get it countered. Maybe they won't counter it because they don't think it's very good. They do still waste the counter spell. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. I mean, yeah, we got a counter spell out of the way. Yes, you could argue that they can play 20 or 25 counter spells, but I would much happily get a Spirit of the Elder Guard countered than my commander, Goreclaw, Questy B, Galta. Like, these are creatures I'd rather keep a little safer than this Nylea. We see an Ulamog off the top. Oh gosh, you can play those for free. I did not know you could play those for free. That's probably game. I don't think we need to play this one out. Holy crap, I didn't realize that you played them for free off Jacob. Well, okay. Yeah, there we go. That was a very short one, but I think if you don't know what an Ulamog does, Ulamog, when it attacks, exiles the top 20 cards to your library. I have nothing to block it, and even if I could block it, there's not much we can do in that scenario. That's going to very quickly go down in our favor. All right, we have a turn 3 Augur of Autumn, which can play lands off the top. Renata is one of the cool cards with Devotion. Each creature comes in with an additional +1/+1 counter. There's Garruk's Uprising. That would have been one of our trample enablers we could have hopefully have drawn. I got Blanchwood Armor in here because we're playing a lot of forests, and I see this being the deck that you want them in. Okay, well, we milled 2 forests. I guess that's okay. Better than other things that we could have milled. I have a gut feeling that we're playing a mill deck now. Well, this rogues, mono black rogues type. Gix is a ton of fun. There was just recently an arena event where Gix had a kind of Brawl-esque type deck that you could play, and it had Shadowborn Apostle in it, which could be interesting. The question becomes, does whatever I put down get killed? So let's find out. It's mono black. They probably have the removal. Seeing a land off top helps. That lets me know exactly what I need to know. And we get Augur Autumn killed. Okay. We still have the knowledge of the forest, though. Gix comes down. They're going to attack, pay the life, get the pay the life, draw the card. Get the land. We'll get Nylea down. All right. So at this point, we probably need 5 devotion to get her activated. That's going to be kind of tough. I could Renata and Incubation Druid, but that's in the belief that they have no removal whatsoever, which with 4 open black mana, I can't. Oh, okay. Well, Well, then now, yes, I can commit to the board. If I go Gem Razor, it gives me a blocking threat. So I think I'm going to go Incubation Druid, Questing Beast. Questing Beast could be blocked by Sedgemoor Witch, but it has Vigilance, so there's no reason not to attack here. Cannot block with the Curtains. They would have to block with Witch, so we'll just get the free 4 damage in there. All right, next turn maybe we can get down this Renata, or we can try to mutate this Gemrazor onto Incubation Druid. Sacrifices an enchantment. All right, so we sacrifice Nylea, which is fine. Yeah, this is very aggravating how much removal they have, but it's just kind of the fun of mono black. I'm kind of worried we're probably dead. I don't know that there's much else we can do here. I can at least block one of the creatures. We'll throw this in front of the Enforcer. Wow. Can't think of much that gets me out of this situation. Even if I had every, rare I could have. Get rid of Garrick's Uprising. Even if I was going to say, even if I find a cheeky way to mutate that, it still doesn't do anything. None of them are enchantments. I kind of feel like we should just scoop this one up. As much as I want to see this game out, I don't know that there's a play line here. Even Renata coming down next turn doesn't save me. I can't get Nylea back down at this point. The abundance of black removal in a format like Brawl can just be really tough sometimes because as a commander player, of course, people are always going to have removal, but the problem is that removal is not that great to get advantage every single turn. Removal in Commander is more used to take care of threats when they become a problem. The problem here is we've had now, 4 turns in a row where they've had removal to use, which has just given them all of the advantage. There it goes. I have to block something. I can't. I mean, he could still pay the life. They could still pay the life and draw all the cards. Gix was still on the battlefield when it happened, so I can't stop that. But what I can try to do is shut off the train at least a little bit. If Nylea comes, I can't put Nylea back down. It's still not a creature. I'd be impressed if does Gemrazor live the turn? And Gix comes back. Yeah, that's killer. I mean, we'll explore. I doubt it fixes my problems. It doesn't. We see another land. We'll put a Blanchwood Armor on Incubation Druid. That's only 10, and that's only 10. Okay. Well, another hard-fought game. Man, I have to say, every time I've played Gix, it's been a fun deck to play against. It's a good deck. It makes me a little bit aggravated at the kind of one-sidedness that Mono Black has in Brawl with how much removal it has access to. But, hey, I mean, what are you going to do at the end of the day? All right, turn 1 Elvish Mystic, turn 2 nothing, but maybe we'll draw into something. Didn't like the first hand. I found 2 landers in this deck to be a little rough. I mean, as we saw last game, two lands mixed with nothing to do with it. Didn't necessarily lead to my success. Well, I have a gut feeling we're going to lose this Elvish Mystic, but if we don't, we can turn it into Nylea, or we can turn it into Renata. So there it's getting held because its ability says you can sack it for red mana. So it may not even be that they have actual something to do. It's just that they have the ability to sack this for red mana. So we are contending against some damage, but I feel like getting Nylea down would be better than nothing. Yeah, so they're going to get the red mana, kill Elvish Mystic. I mean, we'll tap it. We have nothing to do with the mana, but... All right, we pass back. Man, we got punished, but... I kind of expected to get punished there, unfortunately. This is the downside of mono green in all reality, is so reliant on early game mana, and if it's not ramp, then it's ramping creatures. I can get Renata down. I mean, it'll be a 2/3, which can block something. I kind of like getting this Alden Guard down here. It comes down as a 4/4. It's going to be a little bit harder for them to deal with. Gets me a land for next turn. I don't see a world where I can get more than one thing down next turn. So maybe it's Renata that's the thing that we get down next turn. Like, I like the idea of getting Vivian down and getting the Beast token, and then we can block. Oh, geez. Muxus is bad. Muxus normally wreaks lots of havoc. Goblin Gang Leader. Get the tokens. Okay. That's bad. I don't know what I'm going to do about that now. Blizzard Brawl. What would I even brawl? I could brawl Muxus. I can't brawl the Squadron. I guess I could have waited, but yes, they can sack it for a red mana. And again, it's still just probably fix this map. Oh, it's number of creatures you control. Oh, kind of wish I would have known that. That would have made more sense. Okay, well, get Renata down. Yep, no point in attacking. I'm in Storm's Wrath territory, but all their creatures would lose. All their creatures would go down with it. Most of the red board wipes I can think of would take down all of their creatures besides this Squadron with it. So I am a little bit safe in that respect. We see Muxus again. I should be pretty afraid here. Okay, so we're still safe for the moment. They don't have anything to grant them all haste, which is good. This is, my guess, is what they're going to find. Yep. So they can sack them to play it, though. Oh, Goblin Chain Whirler, too. I was going to say, they can sack a couple goblins to play this Chieftain, which will turn Krenko on. My guess is that's what they do. Sack what? Wily Goblin in that one. Yep, get it. Bring it down. They all have haste now. Am I dead on this attack? I got to block Krenko. 3, 6... 9, 14, 17, 27. Yeah, we're very dead. Yeah, we don't need to watch this end. Wow. Okay. Wow. I'm kind of impressed at how many games in a row we've had where we just get punished off the draw. But I think for me, the Gix game makes a lot of sense. The game before it was my problem. The problem there was we just probably picked too safe of a hand in all reality. Which is okay. Again, this is, in all reality, like the first time I'm playing this list. So, I mean, I'm sure there's, I'm playing Snakeskin Veil and Tamiyo's on, Tameo safekeeping and things like that. We just didn't see any of it. We go first, but we don't have enough lands. Same problem, but the opposite. I think I got to do this. All right, we will put the Alder Guard back, I think. Turn 1, Elvish Mystic. All right, so we're playing Rats. That's going to be a problem. Especially if they're playing like the discard Rats. That's not going to go well. I guess we'll just explore. Play that into the north. Try to get another land down. Pass it back. Hopefully we don't have to discard a card here. But if we do, I'll pitch the Haven, I guess. Nope, we just see a rat colony come down. Ooh, Veil of Summer is fantastic. Actually, I think I'm going to get the Nylea down. And we will leave Veil of Summer up. That will help us out a little bit, because this will stop them from duressing us or doing things like that. No intention of blocking that rat. I could do this to draw a card, though. Do I get rid of the rat? Because I'm just going to play the Goreclaw next turn. No, I'm going to choose to take the 3. I will Veil of Summer at the end of the turn, though. Draw the card. Think about doing this. Get the Tree Folk. That's a 5/5, and pass it along. We need, what, 1 more green pip to get Devotion, which could be the Wolf Willowhaven if not. So at the moment, they can't get through to Wrenn and 7. We can block them. And even if they do get through to Wrenn and 7, it's fine. This 5/5 is just going to keep getting bigger, hopefully. My hope is getting something down so that Nylea and this could attack, maybe, next turn, but we'll see. The rat decks either just spam Rat Colony or they have more than that. So I'm intrigued to see if they have any removal or if we're just spamming Rat Colony. We're just spamming Rat Colony. So if they double attack Wrenn, I was going to say we probably just let it go, right? Only 1 land of the 3. Man, that stinks. So we could swing here, punish them. We would take a big attack on the backswing, but I think we do it. We want to play this game. We want to get this game started. If they play 2 rats next turn, they all go up to 7s, and I could block 2 and take the 14. But I feel like I have to start this race now. I can make another Tree Folk next turn. I choose to take it. Okay. Well, I'm not going to use this ability unless I have to. So next turn, if I would be able to make another Tree Folk, again, unless they attack Wrenn and 7, have 2, 6, and then this would be 7/7 Tree Folk. I'm kind of expecting removal, and they only need what? Rat Colony plus 1 piece of removal doesn't end the game, does it? Oh, all rats have fear, meaning they can't be blocked. And that is 24. So that's game. Bummer. Yep, and that's game. Man, what a bummer. I didn't even read Maronar, which might have helped me, but all right, we're going through it. We are going through it tonight, but that's okay. That's okay. I mean, I'm learning a lot. That's the thing for me with Brawl is it's easy to always be like, oh, I always have to win. I always have to win. But to me, I think the fun of Brawl is you learn something every game, especially when you're playing the same deck. You're figuring things out. You're understanding the game and trying to push yourself forward to being better as either a player or with that deck. Yes, Nylea is not a very strong commander, and Mono Green Stompy is not a very strong strategy in Historic Brawl. So I'm already kind of down a little bit when it comes to... I am already down slightly when it comes to Historic Brawl, but it's still fun for me to play. It's still fun for me to try. It's still fun for me to see these decks and see that the way that they work. Some people would say, there are those people out there who say, well, if it's not the best deck, why would you play it? And, that's fine if that's the way you see it, but for me, I still enjoy trying to make this work. Yes, I prefer Goreclaw to Nylea because it greatly expedites the process. Goreclaw coming down on turn 3, reducing all my creatures by 2, right, puts me a lot farther forward than Nylea only putting me by 1. But looking at Theros Beyond Death, it was like, do I build Uro or do I build... I didn't really want to build Uro. It didn't make much sense for the kind of things that I was interested in. And so I said, all right, it is what it is. So we're getting 1 damage from the Infinite Rage this turn. I'd love to try to find a way to take out, preferably this, but ouch, that's not helpful. Are they gonna beat me up and get another shrine down? Curse of Silence on what? Nylea? Because I'm content with that at this point. Yeah, it hurts. Yeah, it hurts, but I mean, we can get around it. So we could consider Growing Rights, but I think I just like getting Alton Guard down here. Interested that this is holding up. Why? Get another Forest. And we can Tameo it if we need to, but at this point, I think we just want to build a... start building up a board. We could get Kogla down to fight Goshintai if that's what they get down. No, we can't because of Sterling Grove. It's an enchantment. Okay, well, never mind. Does Blanchwood Armor give trample? Does not. Bummer. Okay, we could put this down, get a 3/3, and still leave up the mana for Tameo safekeeping. Again, I think at this point, the whole goal here is to build our board wide. Just try to survive, keep the game going. If they Infinite Rage onto Alden Guard, we just play the safekeeping. Give it indestructible until end of turn. But I kind of expected it to go at Garrick. Yep, that's fine. We got the 3/3 out of it. We keep ourselves alive for another turn. I would love to get Kogla down, but that Sterling Grove is stopping me at the moment. Ouch. Okay, Sanctum of All's bad. Gives them... Oh, because it was on cast. That makes more sense. Kogla can't fight. This could be a fun play line. Make a big attack. I think we'll go Growing Rights and then go Blanchwood Armor on the base token. Make an attack. I mean, they can just chump with the 1/1, which makes me kind of not want to. Ooh. Defiler of Vigor seems fun, but Goreclaw also seems fun as well. If I play the Blanchwood, though, I have no safekeeping protection. But if I Blanchwood on the Beast token, I think I will just... If I attack with this... Look at this. Oh, they're getting two triggers of the Infinite Rage anyway. So I might as well, I guess, just wait and see what they do with it. They should get 2 because of the Sanctum of All. Oh, they don't have 6 yet. We'll resolve that one. Why didn't they get 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, they only have 5 shrines. I thought they had 6. Sanctum of All will double the triggers once they have 6 shrines. Yeah, I was going to say, it should give me the ability to play it. That's bad. That's going to give them a ton of mana. Goshintai is one of the only Brawl decks that I'm truly afraid of, just because once you set it up, it's kind of like Sithis, where once you set it up, it just gets massive. I wish I had a way to... shut any of this down. I'm, a trample enabler away from doing something big, but yeah, I'm a couple mana away from what would have been Goshintai. Yeah, them shutting Key and Nylea down really helped. really helped a lot. I'd love for them happily to attack, but... Okay, question here is, do we... We could Gore Claw into Renata. That just gets us wider. The shrine just still kills us. I can't think of a way out of this at this point. My head... I mean, other than trying to get the growing rights fit Lamach to flip, I can't think of anything else good we can do on this turn. This makes this a 14 and a 6. We have to attack because the creatures are just dead anyway because of this infinite rage. We at least have to try to get the damage in. We see a vanishing verse. Yep, so that stops the growing rights from flipping. And then I think we're just dead. Honden doesn't even have to go at them. It can go at me. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They actually shouldn't block. Oh, okay. I was going to say they actually shouldn't block because then the rage would have been bigger. It would have been 11. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Would have been 10 twice at me. Sanctum Stonefangs is the pick. Sanctum Stonefangs is lethal. Now, that's what they should have done. They shouldn't have blocked. Okay. I was going to say, because Stonefangs at the start of their upkeep, or the start of their main phase, I would have lost 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 twice. So that would have killed me. So the Infinite Rage twice at me, and then Stonefangs twice at me would have killed me there in that situation. I really like Go Shintai. It's a ton of fun. But when you're trying to do videos like this, where you're trying to play different things, we'll give them the good game. I'm not going to bother to let them play this out. Again, they should have gone the Stonefangs line. That would have ended the game. Both the Honed and Infinite Rages at me, and then Stonefang on the start of the upkeep would have just won the game. I'm not going to let it, or the start of the main phase. I'm not just going to reward them and let them play that out. I mean, I'm dead either way, but let's go one more game with Nylea, and then we will end up the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've had a ton of fun. And Nylea is a deck I don't know how much I'll actually work on it. It seems interesting. I just prefer Goreclaw, to be honest. The deck just hits a little harder, in my opinion. And I think I have a video on the channel from a few weeks ago where I played it. Hopefully we can get it worked in and play it soon here on the channel. Snakeskin Veil, Harbinger, Ronus. Okay. Oh, goody. Golos and Once Upon a Time. Oh, goody. Probably Ronus on 3, unless we draw anything that changes my mind. Yep. I guess Ronus on 3, Harbinger on 4. If we go the opposite, if I Harrow instead... Well, let's get Yorvo down, now that I think about it. Maybe like Ronus and leave up Snakeskin Veil? I just have no idea what it is they're going to do. No gates, so they're not playing those shenanigans. The World Tree. Oh, swell. They're playing the World Tree. Well, I don't really see a point in attacking. I'd love to attack with Ronus. I mean, Ronus can block Golos now for free, with it having Indestructible and Death Touch. We'll keep the Snakeskin Veil up for Yorvo. Pardon me, we see Uro. I'd like to try to get this down next turn if I could. The problem is neither of them have Trample, so it doesn't actually do me all that good. They cannot play the Uro yet. They're still a card away from playing Uro again. As I say, I will happily block Golos if that's the experience you want. Land would be perfect. Okay. So we can play it next turn. I guess by that logic. If I Beanstalk Giant, it gets me to 6. If I Harrow, it gets me to 6. Right? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it does the same route. We'll just Beanstalk. We'll leave the Snakeskin Veil up and ready. Oh, it goes onto the battlefield. Whew, didn't know that. Do we try swinging? No, I have a feeling that Leyline Binding. Snakeskin does give hexproof, so it depends on what this is going to get to. Okay, well, we will... I guess that's probably what they wanted, right? That means they probably have more removal. Oh, they didn't know I had the Snakeskin Veil. Okay, well then, yeah. Sorry, that's exactly what they wanted. They wanted to get out some protection. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh my gosh, we lived that. If Uro's the best thing... Yeah, there we go. I was going to say, if Uro's the worst thing they can do to us, then we'll take it. That is a massive problem. I guess what? This and Yorv. This and Yorvo, I guess. We were probably dead here. Golos is just it's a tough thing to deal with when you start playing cards off the top of your library for free. Golos and Kinnan can both be very tough to play against for that reason. Okay, yep. Omniscience, that's bad. Cultivate, okay. Cultivate, they don't come in untapped. So he cannot activate Golos. We are at least safe for one turn. Cruelty of Gix. Oh. Do you want Ronus or do you want Garrick's Harbinger? Crawling Barrens. I have no way to give haste. This will turn on Nylea. Might as well try. I mean, I have no other out here. I have to start trying to win by combat, at least a little bit. I would say the good part here is I was going to say if they do block there, they can't get Golos in and use its ability. Now they can use its ability. And the Cruelty of Gix searching for a card is not going to be helpful either. Go ahead and guess we don't live this turn, but I'm intrigued to see what it is they went and got. They went and got a 3-mana damage spell. Okay, this makes more sense. Yep, unless they drew that off the top. This makes more sense of what they go get for it. Now, if they're very good, they'll know what to pick here, and they're going to give me a really bad choice. Vorinclex doesn't straight out kill me, so let's put Liliana back in, since that can have me that can have me sacrifice both my creatures. I still have to worry about this ability. Genesis Ultimatum off the top. More lands and a Honed-In, so they're playing Shrines. Oh no. They can play every single card at the top of their library because of Omniscience. Wait, I thought Omniscience said from your hand. Oh, okay. They're not playing them for... They played the first one for free. They still got to pay the mana. This Omniscience just says from your hand. Yeah, that's going to do it. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm kind of sad we lost the last 6 games with Nylea, but I had a ton of fun trying the deck out. Hope you guys had fun watching, and I will catch you next time.